Hello, everyone. This pandemic has taught us a lot. We have learned so many functions about Zoom. We have learned about Google Meet and about Microsoft Teams. We were having our assessments through Google Forms earlier. Now, as we have switched on to Teams, so we should be knowing how to use the Microsoft Forms. So here I am to help you out creating your own Microsoft Forms. So to start with, just type office.com. So here I am, office.com. Now I need to create a new form. So I cannot see here the forms written here. I'll see on the left side here. You can see these are the various Word, Excel, PowerPoint, all these are here, but I cannot see Microsoft Forms. So I go on to all apps. And now I have lot many things. I'll find out, I'll search for forms. I'll click on forms and you can see plus new quiz is written here. So you click on plus new quiz and you can begin making your forms. So this is how you start making your forms. Supposing I intend making a form on circles. So I type circles, that's my heading, and I can take up any picture. I can insert an image here itself again. So I search this, it gives me an option to search directly. I can upload some picture where I'll show you how to do that. Right now I'm searching some picture on circles. So I just type circles over here. Let me see. So this is looking nice. I can take up this. Let me take this. Okay. And I add this. So you can see the picture has been added. I could have added any picture. I'll write a description. Now, what is the description I want to write? I'll write number 1, all questions are compulsory. Second point, I'll write question 1, 2, 3 are for individual information. Okay, let's give 3 MCQs and maybe one subjective question. So I'll write question 4 to 6 are multiple choice questions. And I can write lastly, fourth point I can write question 7 is a subjective question. Attach PDF in its response. This finishes off with my instructions, right? Now, what I can do is I can make this heading as bold. So I'll just take this and I can take Control B and it gets bold. Similarly, if I want to just highlight the instructions also, again, I'll take Control B and the instructions are also highlighted. Okay. Now, let me see how it is going to look. So I just have a look here. I go to the preview and let me see. So this is how my circles assignment will look. I'm not liking this picture. So what I do is I can change it. I go back and if I'm not liking it, I delete this picture. I don't want this green color. So I go to themes and I change it to a raspberry color. So this is what I like. This is looking fine. I now start adding the questions. So I go to add new. I click on this and I take it to be a first question will be about the name of the student. See, now I've already made the form. So the recommended questions are appearing. This is something good. You do not need to type again and again. So I like this question. I take it. I write this also, class also, and the student email ID also. These questions I take as it is, right? And I go on to the next question. This I don't want. So I just don't want this. I don't want this. So I'll So let us begin. I add on the questions. I go on to this. Now I take these text questions recommended from the past areas related to circle. This was a previous assignment I made. If I want to take this text question, I take this, I select this, this is selected. And so I take this add selected and this question gets added. Name of the question, I take add new. I go on to this plus button and let me see if I can get any choice. I go on to the multiple choice questions. I'll type class. Now this is a multiple choice question. First option can be for my class maybe 10th A. I take the next option 10th B. I add another option 10th C. I add the fourth option 10th D, right? Maybe there are 10 sections, 4 sections. So I've added 4. If there are more sections, I can add more, right? So this finishes off. Now this is a required question. So I'll just, if this is like this, I'll go on to it and I will not click multiple answers because I want the child to respond only once. So I'll just not click this and there are no points to it because this is not a question of the test. This is just for general information. So there are no points to it. The next is I'd like to get their email ID. So I'll type, this is a short answer. So I'll type here text and I'll type third question, email ID. Okay, so and the child can answer the question. Again, this is a required question and the points I'm not putting it. Add new. Now I start with the first question, which the child has to attempt as a part of the test or the assessment. So this is going to be a multiple choice question. I give something easy. If diameter of the circle is 14 centimeters, what is its circumference? So I just write the question mark. Now I want to fill the options. Correct answer is 88. So I'll write this 88 over here, 88 centimeters, right? And this is the correct answer. So I'll just mark this as the correct answer. Now I can write any other option. I can write here 44 centimeters. Then I can write, let's say, 22 centimeters. And lastly, I can write here as 14 centimeters. So these are the 4 options I've given. I make this again, check whether it is required. Now this is the first question which is to be assessed. So I'll give it 1 point. And the first question is done, okay? Then I come to the next question. Again, it is going to be a multiple choice question. If the sectorial angle is 60 degrees. Now I don't have degrees option here. So what I'll do is I'll go on to Word. And I'll insert the symbol of degrees, right? So I'll just copy the symbol. Let me try it out, pasting it in the form. So you can see it gets pasted here. From the Word, we can paste symbols here. If the sectorial angle is 60 degrees, what is the area of the sector if radius is 42 centimeters? The correct answer is 924. So I'll write that 924 centimeter. Now, how do I put square? One way is that I go on to Word, insert the symbol of square and paste it over here. The other option is that you can see these 3 ellipses here. So I'll just click on this. You see here, I click on maths. And now I can, if I want centimeter, I'll go on this math symbols open up here. And I can take this square. You have pi over here. You have brackets. You have absolute values, log, power, fractions. All these you have. 924 centimeters. Okay, centimeter square. I can then take, let's say, 88 centimeter. Once again, I can take the square from here. You see the square? Okay. Then third option can be maybe 49 centimeter again square. Now once I have done this, I could have also copied it from here. If I just go on to OK, I click on OK. Now, when I go on to the next option, I can just again copy this, Control C. And what I do is I go on to the next option and I paste it over here, Control V. So this gets pasted, and now I can write the fourth option. It can be 462 centimeter square, right? Okay. Now, I don't need to put required every time. I don't need to put points every time. The artificial intelligence does it for me. Once I have made the question compulsory, required question, once I have given 1 point, it automatically adds that second point to it, 1 point to it. Okay. I go on to add new. Let me go on to the third question, the last MCQ which I wanted to take. So once again, I'll write if diameter is 6 centimeters, what is the length of the arc of the sector with angle 90 degrees? So I know the formula again for degrees. What I can do is I again put the word. I had copied this degree over here. So I just copy it once again, Control C, and I go on to my form and I write Control V. It gets pasted. So the correct option is going to be what? If the diameter is 56, the radius comes out to be 28. I know the formula, theta upon 360 into 2 pi r. I'll put the values. 44 is the correct answer. I'll take it to be as a D option as the correct answer I'll take. So I'll write my correct answer as how much? 44 centimeters. Then I can write the options, whatever I want to. Now in the previous question, I did not mark the answer. So I need to do that. I think 924 was the correct answer. What I'll do is I'll just mark it here. This becomes the correct answer then. Okay. This one I already marked it correctly. D part was the correct answer. So I'll ensure that I mark the D part as the correct answer here over here. Then I will put here the options now. 22 centimeters. Then okay. Then 66 centimeters. Okay. And last 88 centimeters. Okay. So these were the answers that are done. Now I'll take up the last question, add new. Now this time I want a question of the type of file upload, right? So I'll just go to file upload, this question. A new folder will be created in Drive. Files uploaded by responders will be captured in this folder. Note that the responder names and file details will automatically be recorded in OneDrive. So what I'll just, okay, so I'll continue with this. What is the question I want to write? Maybe I want to give a picture and ask them the questions. Now I'll write the question here. I just took a question from the word. I had copied it from there and I pasted it. Now I want a picture to be attached with. So what I'll do is I'll go to insert media. Now insert media, what do I want to? I can insert a video, I can insert an image. So I'll insert an image. Now one way is that I search it from the net, but I don't want that. I want to upload it from my downloads. I have already saved that picture in the download. So this is the picture I want. I just click on this and I open it up. I had WhatsApped it to me and then I downloaded the picture and I am uploading it. This is question of 2 marks. So I upload the file. I want to change the marks points over here. I give it 2 points. File size is 10 MB. File, because I'm asking them to put it in the form of a single PDF. So this is the form done. Okay. Now, when it comes to sharing, let me see how the form looking. I'll go to preview. So the form, this is how the form will appear to my students. A very neat and clean form with the picture here, which I wanted to give to the students. Everything is done. And what I do now is I still want to, I go back. I want to beautify it a little more. So I can go on to the themes. I can give this theme in the background. If I click this, again, gives a better look. So this is another theme I could have taken. Any theme which I take, I just take this theme and this form is done now. Now the students will see it in this manner. right? The students can see it like this. Okay, fine. Now, once this is done, let me see how can I share it with the students. To share it with the students, before that, I'll go on to the settings. You see these three dots here. I'll click on this and go on to the settings. Now, first of all, option for quiz, show the results automatically. No, I don't want that. The students should be seeing the results immediately. So I'll just go on like this. Responders will see these results after you've reviewed their answers manually. So because there's one subjective question also, I want to review it and then I want the students to see. I'll click on to this and it will not be on. But if in case they're all objective questions and you want the students should view the results immediately, then you can switch it on. Otherwise, it is switched off. Okay. Now, anyone can respond. If I click on this, anyone can respond. Because I have attached a subjective question to it. You see here, a subjective question has been attached. So therefore, I cannot click on to anyone can respond. It automatically takes only the people in my organization can respond. So your students must be knowing their team's IDs and their passwords so that they can open up this form. Else, you send them on their team. So when it goes onto their team, they open it from their teams directly. Then it's not required that they should remember their password or their email ID. They can directly open it from there. Okay. Now, once this is done, accept responses. So now options for responses, I'll accept responses anytime. But if I want a start date, supposing I want my students to be attempting it tomorrow at 8 a.m. and I want it to end after 35 minutes. Tomorrow's date, it is taking 23rd September, Thursday. I'll set the timings also. The timing I want to set, I told you as let's say 8:30 a.m. So 8 a.m. I set here. End date is also 23rd, but not 15 because I've already written 15 minutes. The time is 15 minutes. I should be writing this here also. So let me write first of all, it is for 10 marks. Enter fifth point. I see I forgot to write that. That should have been written. Maximum marks. Sixth point is time is, let's say, 15 minutes. Okay, that's a little too much that I'm giving, but that's okay. So I go on to these settings once again and see whether start date is 8 a.m. 15 minutes. So 8:15. If I want to increase the time, I can make it. I've written 15, but maybe I feel that I should be giving 5 minutes more to the students. So I can change this to 8:20. Right? 8:20 is the time. Automatically 8:20 is going to close. Now, once I have done this, if I send the link even right now to my students, they will be able to do it. It's automatically going to get open at 8 a.m. and close at 8:20. You do not need to bother that I have to give that form and worry about it. It's going to get it done automatically. Right? Now, this is the settings done. Now I go on to share. So automatically it's saved. I go on to share. Now, if I want to share it with my students, I'll just see the link is over here. I'll shorten it. So the link gets shortened and I copy this link. Now, if I go on to my WhatsApp, so I share this link and it can be sent in your group. So if I'll click on this link, let me see how do I get to see the form. The form is not currently accepting responses because I've kept the time in the morning from 8 a.m. it is going to start accepting the responses. Otherwise, the form would have opened. Fine, I go back to my forms. Now, supposing I want to give this form to my colleagues and I want them to make a copy and use it. So I'll click here, get a link to duplicate. So once I click here, I get a link to duplicate. I copy this and I can send it to one of my friends. So this is how the link goes. Okay. Now if I click here, let's see what opens. This is the form that has opened. This is how the students will be seeing it. Now, you can see duplicate this form to use as your own form. So if I click on this duplicate, so the form duplicate it, I'll get a new form in my name. You can see circles copy is being created. Okay, circles copy. I can remove this copy word and I can use it. I can find out a new link and share it with my own students. Okay, another thing, let me tell you, supposing I wanted to give it to my friends to collaborate. I wanted that 5 questions. See, I've made now 5 more you can add. So I can get a link from here. Okay, so I copy this link and I give it to my friends. Once again, let me give it to my same friend here. Now, this is gone. Now, if she clicks over here, what does she get? She gets an option to change this form. She can edit this form. She can help me out in editing it, and she can collaborate in giving. So this is all that you need to know to make a form. In my next video, I'll tell you how can you assess the form and how can you send the responses back to the students. So I hope this video will be useful for you in making your own Microsoft forms and using it effectively. Thank you so much.